So when does he turn on them and kill them? That's a
At some point after the beginning, but before the end.
probably.
That's how I'd write it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Dao Zu Shi. We come back as we normally do with notes and a board, so let's go ahead and look at that board first thing. Where the board changelog, I connected the undead Lan Song to Mozan Yu with a red line. I marked Lan Song as dead, obviously. I connected Zhu Yang to Mozan Yu and Jin Ling with a red line. I connected Wen Ning and Lan Song with a red line. I connected Zizhen Ouyang to Lan Jingyi and Mozan Yu with a green line. And then I added Jing, connected her to Zhao Jingchen with a green line. Sorry, about halfway through that audience, I realized I hadn't sent Lessons the board. So I'm just like reading names, and you're looking around, and I'm just like, oh yeah, hit enter over here real quick.
I'm like, well, maybe I can connect. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds all rather accurate. I had to have notes about a couple of those things, especially who's what, where, how. But hopefully, because we're warming up again to the show after.
Well, I do have a note about that.
Yes, you have a note about that. So I will start with my notes then. And if they sound a little strange, is because me from when I wrote the notes and me today are not in the same level. We rarely are, but I try anyway. Season 3, Episode 2, Frostwork. I guess Wuxian had an admirer that copied everything, including his ghost general. Basically created his own, conscious?
I mean, you say admirer. I wasn't focusing on that. I was thinking about that too, but I mean, you said admirer, and the idea is that he's been dead for a long time.
I mean, you can admire that person, I suppose. You could be a fanboy.
Well, heard it here first. Straight from Lesson's mouth. It's not that I'm disagreeing with that element, it's just the element that he's been dead for a while. So, we don't know. It doesn't have to be that he's an admirer. He could just be someone who learned from him. I don't know. I was about to bring up an example from a different anime, but I don't even think it applies. The one where the famous Chinese tactician gets isekai'd into the present to lead a band. It's like, I don't know that actually applies, but I mean, all right. Well then, to my first note, which is double funny to me, but right off the bat, I just want to apologize for the absence of episodes for the last couple of weeks. If you haven't been paying attention to the Patreon messages, then what happened was that I spent a week in the hospital, then took another week off to recover at home, and then on our next normal recording for this, I had to be away for family reasons. And I'm saying it's funny because I wrote this 3 weeks ago, because then Lessons had his own problems, computer-related, that he then had to spend time away. So I'm apologizing for my absence. And then we have an additional absence I didn't even have time to put a note for. Well, I had time to put a note for, but I wrote this 3 weeks ago. So essentially, all our work over the last month to catch up with our recording and releases for Modaozushi Shi essentially were ruined. We're back to recording again, and hopefully we'll be keeping back up with the release schedule from now on.
That is the hope, yes. Yes, buying a new computer is going to be ruinous expensive for me. Thank you, Amazon, Google, Palantir, and everyone else who thought that AI centers were the future.
Actually, thank you, Palantir, because I actually own stock. So
you better sell before the bubble
I could
pops.
buy a computer with the stock I own in Palantir. So, I mean, I don't know. I heard it was a good. I don't believe in Palantir, and I heard that they said some awful things. It's just the element that a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, relatively a long time ago, I read Palantir was a good stock to invest in. So I should note I bought it at the same time I bought stock in Spirit Airlines. So
they even out. Yeah.
Well, that was my own decision. I thought, they're going down. Maybe they can bring it back, and I'll buy cheap now, sell high later. Did not bring it back.
It's kind of difficult to come back from a literal crash. Yeah.
I don't know. Sell that to Boeing.
Well, yeah, but they have special agents for that. Okay. Back to mispronouncing Chinese names. My apologies in advance. Xuanyang was behind the deaths of Xiao Xingxian and his friend, converting Xiao's friend's corpse into a super zombie using the skull splitters and restoring the Stygian tiger amulet. That leaves the spirit he's trying. That leaves the spirit he's trying to bring back. Okay, I wrote that sentence. Probably made sense when I wrote it. I have no idea what I'm saying right now. Did he give Mo Xuan Yu the spell to bring wuxian back to life? That's the note. I hope it makes sense.
I mean, there's a mysterious element of Mo Zhan Yu's backstory, which I have to believe. I have to believe twice. Anyway, but I have to believe that we're going to be introduced to in some flashback in the weird time scale storytelling that we're doing here. So where Mo Zhan Yu learned to do the thing that brought Wei Ying into himself, yet to be seen. I think this is the first time we've seen Wei Wuxian animate something that. Sorry, what name did I say earlier? I did not say Wei Wuxian earlier when I was referring to Mo Zhan Yu. Anyway, I think I was confused. We record Legend of the Galactic Heroes back to back with modaozushi, so I may be thinking of Yang Wen Li and combining his name with Wei Wuxian. So, sorry, same as what you said a moment ago. Jumping into Chinese names. I just cold turkeyed my way through the board changelog, not having said their names aloud in a while. Back to the note. I think this is the first time we've seen Wei Wuxian animate something that wasn't a dead body. We've seen the arm animate bodies and statues before, which I guess implied that this was in the same power set, however.
I mean, hasn't he animated things like leaves and stuff like that?
No, he uses the leaves as what do you call it? Implement?
Yeah.
I can't remember the D&D word.
The leaves actually move and stuff at times, so I guess
the wind does it too. If you can do something the wind can do, Lessons, I'm not counting it.
Yeah, but I don't think the wind makes the leaves actually walk through the ground. So
it does actually. You can also send pine needles through telephone poles. Wind does a lot of shit, Lessons.
No, but literally
yeah, you never seen a plastic bag dance across the ground before? The wind does stuff, Lessons.
Yeah, I know that, but literally give it locomotion like a stick figure and walk around the ground. That's
yes, I'm still saying the wind does that. I'm sure if you want to go Google up walking leaf, you'll find one.
I'm sure that there are plenty of AI examples.
Well, I'm talking about people with their phones out on the road or some shit.
Yeah. Okay, this is context. This is a reference to the cure that they give the younger cultivators. I guess the idea was to burn the poison out of their bodies with the rice. This is so hot that it just,
Yeah. Well, I don't mean burn. I don't. Stupid brain worked with me today. I don't agree with the burn out of the body thing. I just think that they're invoking. Alice, what are you saying? Like invoking a fever?
Yeah, probably like that. Yeah.
Okay, I think that they're just giving them if you ate something that was poisonous and I gave you the charcoal or a diuretic, something to congest and get it out of you. I think that was along the lines. I don't think it was like a fever sort of thing because you would just warm them up. You wouldn't feed them something that was spicy, because that seemed to me that it was a spicy thing.
Oh yeah, pretty spicy.
Unless it's a breathing thing and they were using the spices to open up their airways.
Yeah, it's some kind of gas or something. That's
Zhu Yang has a well-known friend that's an actor, no doubt our spy master.
Yeah, that might explain who he is, but he still seems, we don't know. He seems to be the leader of a clan, or at least a group.
Yeah, a group of spies. That's why he's a spy master.
I know, but I guess also be an actor as well. This is just a random note about there's an exchange about talking about who's doing what, and I love that Lan San's answer is just.
That's Lan Zhan.
Yeah.
Return of Zizan Ouyang, the guy that was at the archery competition with our group in the past and wasn't representing any specific clan. Also, someone that specifically knew Wei Wuxian.
Yeah, didn't notice that part. Or don't remember it, if I don't remember it in a while. So, which kind of defeats his notes a little bit, because the idea of taking the notes is that you go watch it again and take the notes. But since we took the notes weeks ago, it's like, oh, I barely remember the notes, let alone the reasons why I wrote them. Hooray for us, or me in this case. I can't speak for somebody else. I mean, I can and screw it up, but I shouldn't.
So my brain just went to Beetlejuice.
Yeah. My next note. So the ghost had her tongue ripped out just like Xiao's friend did. My guess is that Xuan Yang did it so she couldn't tell anyone what happened to her. If that even works on Ghost, which apparently does.
I mean, I anticipate that's what today's episode's going to be about. I feel like Lan Zhan not eating spicy foods at all and not reacting to the gluttonous porridge was some sort of clue to be added on to all the other clues we've been given.
Or it could be part of his more ascetic lifestyle that he lives, right? It's just like, yeah, that's not the kind of food that.
Right, but him not reacting to it.
Oh, yeah, that.
If you've never eaten spicy foods lessons and I take you out to some restaurant that specializes it and you just eat and don't react to it, I'm going to think you're lying and then you have some sort of, you love spicy foods, in fact, but you've been hiding it from the rest of us. That's what I'm saying. There's a clue in here, and I feel like that's something to pay attention to.
Yeah. And now the perfectly preserved corpse of Xiang Xingxian. It's been, 10 years or more? So that.
Yeah, we found that body in a bunch of rocks.
Yeah.
The only corpses that have ever decayed are the ones outside of the sword burial mound. Ones that, melted away. Apparently, Jing tried to pickpocket Zhao and encountered the corpse outside of Yi City the same year that the people of the villages northeast of Guso went missing.
So that probably is also tied to whatever that guy's doing. And my last note. Was that Song Yang? It explains the blood trail without the corpse we saw in the last episode.
You mean at the end of the episode?
In the episode. Well, not actually at the beginning of the episode, because they follow the blood trail to the sign that says Yi City.
Right. But at the very end of the episode, there's a blood trail.
Again, we see another, So.
Same color. So I don't know.
I would expect it's the same color, otherwise it
no, you wouldn't, and this is why you're a bad detective, and that's probably why you haven't solved those cases. Tell me the difference in color between fresh blood and dry blood.
Oh, dry blood turns to be darker and black.
So you'd expect 10-year-old blood to be the same color as the flashback blood. It would be, because it's the same blood.
How
but
old
I'm saying
it was by the time
the flashback blood 10 years ago is red, probably wet too, because it's fresh blood. And then the blood we see when Wei Ying and Lan Zhan are on their way there is the same color. And you're like, I'd expect that. No, it's 10-year-old blood. It should be darker red and a bit flaky.
Probably gone by the time of 10 years old.
No, because I already covered it. It doesn't rain here. Remember my whole point about the paper thing that they do here for this, not cemetery stuff, but, funeral stuff. Yeah, the point that I was making about that, and you wanted to tell me all about what the paper stuff actually was that the paper stuff, even though the people that have been dead for 10 years, is still flying around in the wind, which tells me it hasn't rained. Otherwise, the stuff would be mush and destroyed on the ground by now. So the fact that there's blood outside, not washed away, is further indication no rain. We're in a drought.
Which,
even though there's grass,
wasn't the case in the back in the 10 years ago, because the grass was green and all that. So
grass is green now.
Yeah, so that's weird. The water's got to be coming from somewhere. And
I have my divergence from the novel section still. In the novel, Jin Ling was one of the juniors spared from corpse poisoning. Lan Jingyi is the only named junior to contract it. A Qing approaches Wei Wuxian and the juniors rather than lead Lan Wangji to the captive juniors. Lan Sizu's use of inquiry to find San Lan's identity is cut, as Wei Wuxian has never seen Sang Lan nor Zhao Jingchen before in the novel. Moreover, Zhu Yang did not capture any of the juniors, and rather than knock Jin Ling unconscious, he merely sent him outside with the others. Moreover, the novel has 7 to 8 juniors in addition to the Lan juniors and Jin... Did I skip a line here? No. Jin Ling present in Yi City. In the animation, it is merely the 4 named juniors.
That makes sense. So you cut down the numbers that way, simplify the scene.
And now you can deal with them, Just don't give them voice lines. Just wander around.
No, you still have to animate them, though.
We're
It's money.
animating tons of corpses running around. What is 4 other people?
You always cut corners whenever you can in animation, just because.
It literally doesn't matter. It would be just take out 4 zombies. Instead of 4 zombies, we just have these 4 guys.
Well,
the Frostfall technique and the Ash summoning spell are unique to the animation. In the novel, Zhu Yang recognizes Wei Wuxian through Final Eyes summoning. In the novel, rather than incapacitate Zhu Yang to prompt a feigned retreat, Long Wangji engaged in a lengthy battle with the delinquent upon his arrival at the scene. The coffin house is different from the house with the rice congee in the novel, and Lang Wingji is not present at either. Rather, Jin Ling and Lan Zizhu help Wei Wuxian cook the congee.
Glutinous rice.
Porridge. The novel does not mention how many years ago the events in Yi City occurred. The animation specifies 11 years. The animation also cuts Equing's theft of another man's wallet and Zhao Xunchen's protection of her, and shortens the timeline to Equing meeting Zhao Xingchen nearly simultaneously with their meeting of Zhu Yang.
Again, saving time and space, compressing every aspect of the story as much as possible.
All right, well, those were the notes. We do have comments. I forgot to mention that at the start. Slepnir from the Patreon from Shuangha. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, the connection you're seeing between Meng Yao and clan leader Yao never came up in the show because there isn't a connection there. It's confusing because they both have Yao in their name, but Meng Yao was never part of the Yao clan. Yao is his given name, and Meng is a surname. Clan leader Yao, on the other hand, has Yao as his surname, and we do not know his given name. It is more clear in Chinese. Meng Yao uses the character, I'm just gonna say what now? The character you've given me in writing. I'm gonna guess I read this as Meng Yao uses the character Yao for Yao, and the clan leader Yao's name is written with the character Yao. I don't know how to read this out loud. It's Chinese characters. Also,
probably Google that.
I wouldn't take everything you've heard the narrator in episode 1 say as 100% fact. What you're listening to were rumors and may not be completely true.
Yeah, we kind of discovered that. Except that we don't have any other information besides what we've seen by the narrator, so we have to go with that. So
yeah, it's the same thing we handle with the arguments in Gundam, right? Don't treat Origin as canon. Well, it's canon to us until something, conflicts with the information. Well, the narrator is the narrator. All right, next up we have Sai Namine from the same episode. With Wei Wuxian and Long Wangji meeting as children, that's definitely a Donghua only thing. I don't mind it, but it kind of doesn't make sense either. Just a small thing, Meng Yao isn't part or related to the Yao clan. The only clan he's associated with is the Jin clan. The Meng part of his name is his mother's family name. The Guang part of his name is from his father, and he kept the Yao part of his name, which is his given name. That's another reason why I like calling him Meng Yao, because his father is an asshole. That comes out of nowhere.
Okay.
Also, with Lost, I was kind of invested in the mystery of what the smoke monster was. I can't remember what it ended up being, but I remember it being really stupid. Yeah, it was some sort of, mechanical creature or something. I remember, I don't know, somewhere near the end, I'll say next to last season or something. It's like some weird long tentacle thing. He comes out and attacks people.
I lost my once I started going to the bunker, I was like, oh, I can see where this is going. And
I mean, season 1.
Yeah, I pieced out.
Well, I would say you did not see where it was going, because that was the thing about Lost. They keep introducing new crazy shit all the time. The bunker was the least of it.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, oh no, they're going to do another thing and another thing. Is it the mystery box thing? And I'm like, I'm not liking this.
The problem wasn't that the mystery wasn't interesting, or even that we all knew what the mystery was. They're in fucking purgatory. Yeah, people guessed that, and then the showrunner said, that's not that, and then it was that. But it was the mystery. It's all fucking interesting. And then this much of it was dedicated to the answer. That was the bad part. I mean, also, again, what I said before about John Locke being my favorite character, and then he just fucking dies, and then another person just inhabits his body, and it's just like, yeah, we're going to keep paying the actor, but it's not the character anymore. All right, next up, sign nominee again, this time from Yi City. I tend to watch both sub and dub. It really depends on the voice acting for me. There's a Donghua that adapts another of Mo Zhang Tong Zhu's MXTX author of Dao Zu Shi's works. Heaven Official's Blessing that has an English dub. I've watched both the English and Chinese dub. I love both, but I'm really attached to the voice actor of Hua Sheng in the English dub and Zi Rong. He's so funny. I mean, I've heard of Heaven's Official Blessing, probably from Fail Fisher's one of their many post recommendations.
Heaven's Official Blessing. That sounds interesting.
Well, I also went out of my way to look up a number of Donghua before to see what's out there in modern, what's new. Because I believe Donghua doesn't get released in the same sort of cycles that anime does.
No.
So, and there's not a lot of official sites to just oh, here's what's out this season or something like that. So you got to go out and look. Also, the element that a lot of Donghua is done in an animation, or not animation, CG style that I'm not a big fan of. I would don't know what example to give, because I don't want to use To Be Hero X as an example of this, because I actually do kind of now enjoy it. And they also go back and forth between classic animation and CG.
Yes, makes me.
Most of the show is CG, but then when action starts happening, or we go into flashbacks with an emotional score or something, they'll go into the animation style. Or sometimes they'll make it look like a comic book. It's interesting. Well, those were the comments. We've done the notes. We've done the board. Nothing left to do but hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
It has been so long, I almost forgot this was the opening. Or at least, the Crunchyroll opening?
Yeah, it's in Japanese.
I swear someone did send a link or something for the Chinese openings. When I collected the notes, I collected the comments. Could not find it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be impossible. All I'd have to do is find the original copy of this and then edit out the opening and ending, or edit out the show. I mean, I think that's what I did originally. It just keeps escaping me to do so.
Yeah.
Because if memory serves, if the this season's opening is anything like the last two seasons' Chinese openings, then they wouldn't be filled with spoilers. They'd just be filled with art and music. Whereas this is just, hey, you guys want to know what happens in this season?
Yeah.
That is... I want to know when this came out. Well, because that back-to-back Sword Strike Forwards move is just the opening from Sword Art Online Alicization arc. Of him back-to-back with that bro guy from the underworld doing the back-to-back sword thrust forward. It's literally, they do it sideways, these guys are doing it forwards. In fact, I actually do think they do it forwards in the Sword Art Online opening too.
It has to be they're going back in time, because he doesn't have a sword now, so unless he gets a sword somewhere.
I don't know why you think that's back in time.
Oh, there's the blood.
In case you also forgot where we were.
And it is raining.
I mean anything. I say it makes more sense if it didn't rain. I'm gonna forget it's raining.
Yeah.
Senior Mao. It's been so long. I think it's funnier to think that he likes playing with cat toys.
Oh, wow, this is cool. This is nice.
I don't know, Lessons. It feels so out of place to anything we've seen in the show so far. Okay, Doctor Strange.
义庄。道长不问我是谁，为什么受这么重的伤？你不说，我又何必问？
蓝湛，依时间推断，这大概
应是金光瑶宣布处死学阳之后。
道长，
I don't think I'm a fan of this. I would prefer this was just a flashback. I don't need our characters
出来个大麻烦啊！
going back and witnessing it.
垂手相助而已。待他伤愈，自会各奔东西。
Because also, why wouldn't they do this to see like every other mystery? Like what happened here? Why didn't they do this?
会乖乖各奔东西。
阿青，你既已决定跟着我，就莫再去偷了。晚上我夜练，你就好好待在这儿，帮我看着他的伤。
烂好心，迟早吃亏。
这位姑娘，似乎天生白兔。
着实好演技，扮起瞎子来，连我都给唬住了。
破门开，超门开！明天就让道长把你给劈了！痛死我了！
Yeah, she knows she was in danger.
这姑娘倒是胆大心也细，只可惜。
This is
再怎么古灵精怪
also the Star Wars thing. Didn't Star Wars do this?
明显歹毒的真流氓。
You know that empty space that they walk through and they can see into the past and everything, and have conversations with dead people.
伤好了这么久还来这不走，我打死你个坏东西！
道长又要去夜练，捎上我吧。不行，你一开口我就笑，我一笑，剑就不稳了。 我保证这次绝对不说话。你嫌弃我吗，道长
？Ambition.
It's the bar.
Okay. Are these murderers? Zombies?
I thought maybe they just got into a bar fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would they be breathing if
Why-
they're zombies?
And why do they have? But they have blood-covered mouths, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought maybe they just got punched in the face. But he's killing them, so
道长剑法果然了得。
有事办？道长这段时间夜练的，
I'm sorry. Does that have its own texture? I don't. Also, I don't know.
难道那个坏东西，他真的在帮道长？
小瞎子，你又在那里嘀咕什么呢？
都说了不许叫我小瞎子，拿什么丢我？
糖，锦鲤吃，脚边呢。
Wasn't, by the way.
真是个怪人，又不是小孩子，天天吃糖。
阿去，想听个故事吗？
So how are you eating candy every day if you're here?
从前有个小
This
孩
isn't where
子
you're from.
他很喜欢吃甜甜的东西，但因为没爹没娘也没钱，常常吃不到。有一天，
Return to the big
有
head
孩子在
children.
饴糖铺子外面发呆，一个男人过来让他去送信，并答应给他一包糖。小孩很高兴，可没料到，收信的是男人的仇家。仇家没寻到那男人，便狠狠地揍了小孩一顿。小孩被打得很惨，不过只要有糖，他无所谓。他挣扎着爬起来，找啊找，终于找到了那个男人。然后呢？然后，他去要糖，却被一鞭子抽倒在地。
什么烂故事？
To be
气
fair,
死我了！你
for a
下次
story
不
that
要
involved
这样子
children and candy, that could have gone a lot worse.
我呸呸呸！先往他饭菜茶水里面吐口水，再打打打！
好了好了，故事听完了，夜也深了，睡觉吧。
So when does he turn on them and
幼时执念，
killed them. That's a
At some point after the beginning, but before the end.
我
probably.
并没有曾郁郁过去
That's how I'd write it.
只是这糖快吃没了，让我忍
So I'm
不
just
住
saying, he eats candy every day. He's not from here. How does he have so much candy? In case you forgot where we were. Also, if we're in Yi City and these people have been here the whole time, we've only seen these 3 people. Where's everyone else? What was that about? Before I understood she was playing with the thing and it was entertaining, but it was like, root! Ah!
Well, he's gaining their confidence.
Again, in case
There's
you
no
forget where
people
we
here.
were.
Yeah. 2 years. Whoa, 2 years later.
I mean, maybe he's not gaining their confidence. Maybe he is just what's the word I'm looking for here? Misaligned?
Is that topic?
Maligned? Maligned. Maybe he's just maligned the same way that Wuxian is.
Yang.
哎呀，这不是宋道长吗？稀客呀，来蹭饭。哎，好端端的发什么火呀？
雪阳，其他眼盲，骗得他好苦。
他眼盲？宋道长，你可别忘了，他眼盲是因为把眼睛挖给了谁？迁怒于他，说从此不必再见的又是谁？
Why does his frost sword create liver spots?
你怎么来了？
双花有意，我顺这里来看看。已经很久没有在这一带见过祖师了，还是落单的遗址，是从别的地方过来的。
So he cut off his tongue so he couldn't say anything, and the other guy thought he was another one of the zombies that he fights in this area.
想去哪儿？
Yes.
I mean, it seems pretty clear, because otherwise he wouldn't have done that if he knew who it was.
小骗子，你的好道长已经回去了。
Because it also explains why he would cut off her tongue.
学阳，你个猪狗不如的畜生！道长对你那么好，救了你，天天给你糖吃，你却恩将仇报，丧心病狂，没人了！
说到糖，那个小孩喝糖的故事，其实我还非常……
Not so much for my maligned theory.
我今天真不该答应你出来买菜的。
你在我身边这几年，究竟想干什么？
别激动嘛，小星辰道长。都说我猪狗不如丧心病狂，可不听我把故事讲完。不听，我偏要讲。那天，小孩一路追着那个男人坐的牛车，他太想吃甜甜的糖了。可男人嫌烦，一鞭子将小孩抽倒在地，然后车轮就从这个孩子的手指上狠狠地碾了过去。那个男人就是长平的父亲。
I don't know who that is. I don't remember.
Remember, he destroyed a village. that's why his original sin was he destroyed an entire village.
I don't remember
on a
Chao
clan.
Ping.
白血棍呢？宋子琛道
That's what I'm saying.
这就要问你了，小星辰，谁让你硬要替常家那帮杂碎出头？你帮了他们，然后呢？长平反
This guy's doing all right for being stabbed through the chest.
所以从一开始就是你错了。
Also, why didn't he get liver spots? Get stabbed with a sword.
Yeah.
No freezing either.
恶心？你有什么资格说我恶心？小星辰道长，你知不知道前2年我们出去夜猎的都是什么？你那把烧华剑呢，只引尸气，可分不清死活。只要割了那些活人的舌头，让他们只得嚎叫。
Oh, that's why they're bleeding from their mouths.
闭嘴！骗我！你想骗我？是，我一直在骗你。你知不知道，你刚刚杀的又是谁？他说我欺你眼盲，骗得你好苦啊！可他忘了，你眼盲，因为把眼睛挖给了谁？
I don't know, man. I say you could cut out like 8 minutes from this episode, and it'd be like the best
Yeah.
episode of modaozushi.
做点好事的时间大同，愚蠢！自诩正义之辈，替天行道，你只是在招惹是非。你身边的人因你而受难，一事无成，你咎由自取，你自找的。
I don't think the seeing back in time stuff is worth the way Wuxian introspection. Because I feel like that's the only point to it.
Yeah.
Pretty drastic, my dude.
Okay, you killed yourself to deny him what?
Nothing, because he literally raises people from the dead.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, we know he doesn't raise him from the dead, so
Takes his
he just
place,
pretends to be, pretends to be him. Oh, I was confused for a second. I'm like, what, Lanzan was here?
Yeah.
No. Man, that was so good. It's hard to believe that was only half the episode. That felt like a full-ass episode.
这才挺火。
I just don't like the fact that they went back in time and watched it, because why didn't do that for anything else that's ever happened? Like that village north of Gusu that they go investigate. Why didn't they go back in time and just look?
Because we have magical.
Yeah, sometimes it really just
Ravens.
feels like a different show.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just martial arts and necromancy. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's full-on Dragon Ball Z. Not my paper. The zombies? Yeah. Like, what the fuck am I hearing? Oh, zombies.
好说，
Ow. I think you'd be bleeding a lot more than that.
Yeah. Now he's about to show you what is a real master of necromancy can do.
I mean, you already did that.
Yeah.
Like last episode.
Holy shit.
This is all I was trying to do in our D&D campaign lessons. God!
Yeah, you'll never be this cool.
Yeah, because you wouldn't let me. I don't know why. Every time he says senior, I just go, Senior Mao.
前辈，你和韩光君真像。
像？哪里像啊？
只要有你们两位的任何一个人在，就不必担心害怕任何事情。
You know, until the assassin shows up that cuts out people's tongues or.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
有些东西太认主，真叫人头疼。
吞宁它，不是东西。
还给我！
I don't know, it's candies. Think they're like drugs or something?
Or a symbol of his past.
I mean, he has to take them daily. That's my thought why them would be a drug.
Oh, selling his soul.
你不配。温宁，先去义庄护着金陵他们。是。还挺有意思的嘛。阿庆。
子午之患，本体难敌，阿庆姑娘恐难以跟上。
She is a ghost, so.
拿回锁铃铛又如何？早已无存念的人，救不回来的。
失去是了，可由不得他。
这边。
小瞎子，别睡你吧！
我说薛洋，你非要把小星辰回来做什么？想回到从前？别天真了，小星辰。 早就恶心你透了。
谁要回到从前了？不是要把他做成熟悉恶灵？他不是要做高洁之士吗？我就让他杀戮不休。
Oh. Sometimes he looks just like way Wuxian used to, so I get confused. Like, oh wait, that's the other guy.
哦，复仇啊！ 为什么要用双环而不是你的降灾呢？薛洋，你的确是在复仇，可你究竟是在为谁复仇？如果你真想复仇，最应该被千刀万剐，就是你自己。
I mean, who takes the bait for that kind of shit? That is the worst applied pressure I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think he was able of doing it.
But I mean, also imagine trying to save someone whose life you literally saw their soul leave their body. I didn't mean anything. I've literally seen you stab through the chest and then kill a guy. So.
Yeah.
Also, Wei Wuxian bled more from his hand than that, so... Maybe I'm just being away today. Again, we saw him stabbed through the chest. Okay, granted, that's a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, losing an entire arm is...
No, I just mean that he gets stabbed through the chest and then won a fight against a sword master. And then this time he gets, like, some through the chest, a little needle thing, and it takes him down almost completely. It's like, I don't know what the line is here.
Oh, there's something else here.
The arm? I don't know. Oh, cool. Teleportation's a thing now, too.
Ah, the spy masters.
No, that was one of the spies, not the master.
That's what I said.
So now we can remote view the past at will, and teleportation is just a thing. Sorry, also my voice cracked in the middle of that. See, it's what, well, I guess they can just dry. That's not how wet paper acts.
Well, the miasma is gone. I don't know if anybody wants to live here anymore, though, or come back.
Again, in case you forgot where we were.
Who's this? Oh yeah, remember he liberated the but he can't speak because he has no. Oh, I guess he took the sword.
小星辰道长和阿庆姑娘。宋道长，
In case you forgot where we were.
一城之事已了，小星辰道长的遗体，你打算怎么办？遗体火化，灵体安养。
Again, though, we already saw the soul leave the body.
Did they burn the entire city? I guess.
I mean, I can still burn one building.
今后呢？你打算如何？
No, no, there's like, it's the sky of a whole city burning.
傅双华，行事路，一统星辰，除魔尽息。待他醒来，对他说：“对不起，错不在你。”
Okay.
I don't know, man. That's like the ending of if the whole 3 seasons were about this.
Yeah, this is a completely different story. That
This
it was
is a
like,
dude
oh, this is
we've known for maybe 2 to 3 episodes.
yeah. It feels like it was like, oh, by the way, we're doing a thing, and this is this heroic story, betrayal, and all that. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we solved it. It's like, okay. I'm gonna
Also,
go
not for
my
nothing,
own
it
way.
feels like Queen. That should be her like resolution. Like she's the one we focused on during the whole,
Mhm.
Until we got to the fight.
I guess her spirit was liberated once she got her revenge.
Yeah, I mean I mean like the resolution, not like the actions of the resolution or the continuing story of the resolution. Just my soul's been put to rest. I can finally stop. The element, like you were like, who's that guy for half a second? Like. I know we're like 6 weeks out from having watched anything. It's just the element of I don't know why this was so important, other than what connection it has to the spy master and the spies
And the Stygian amulet.
No, I just feel like we're gonna get to the point where it's be like, and the guy I delivered the letter to who whipped me was the spy master. It's like that's gonna be the only connection to the story. Other than that, I don't. Here's the thing. when I said take 8 minutes away from the episode, you have a perfect episode, I didn't realize we were only halfway through the episode. I think take just the, I don't know, 7 to 10 minute span that is the beginning, that is the flashback. Perfect. As a perfect episode. Make it a short or something, I guess, because there's not enough there to make a full-on episode. You add anything else to it, it ruins it, it really dilutes it. And I'm saying remove the bits with the guys, Wei Wuxian and Lan Zhan, remote viewing the past. I don't like that. Because once you introduce that here, you have to introduce the element of why the hell didn't we do this any other point? What happened
they
here?
Early that it's pretty dangerous, blah blah blah. You don't.
Yeah, it was so dangerous that we held an umbrella over our heads, smiled at one another, and that's what happened. There's no element of danger there. And again, it's just why don't we do? Sorry, I am flippant about this because the same thing happens in Space Battleship Yamato, second season. Oh, by the way, we now have a time radar where we can look back in time. Oh,
great.
You know what they do? They use it twice, and it's never brought up ever again. Once, when we're showing how it works, who peed on that wall? Oh, that was the old man. The old man peed on that wall. Looked back and saw him peeing on the wall. And then, was it a trap? Let's look in this area in the past. Oh, the enemy fleet was here. That's it. You look backwards in time, no problem. Well, why didn't we look backwards in time to wonder what the hell happened to that village in Guso that just went completely missing? Or, when we're looking down at the body, and what happened to this body? Why is this body here? No, it's got like a frost stab mark. I don't know, let's remote view the past, see what happened here. So I don't like that. And the element that teleportation's now a thing.
Yeah, apparently.
You know, when we had to get all those people
but it takes a lot of
one...
energy. So it apparently takes a lot of spiritual energy to do. Right?
Says who?
I think Wuxian said.
No, I'm not literally asking you who says it. I'm wondering. We just see one guy come through the teleportation, pick a guy up, and go back into it.
Yeah.
Apparently one guy can do it.
Unless it's a ritual somewhere else, and he steps to the thing. I don't know.
I mean, in which case, just do that then. I mean, all the times that we had to worry about getting from one place to another with a large group of people, the fight's over here. Do the teleportation circle thing. Get 17 of our guys to the teleportation circle so the other 50, 70 of our guys can go get there. Or how about, oh god, all those fucking zombies are coming. Wei Wuxian's pissed at us. Quick, guys, make a teleportation circle so I can get out of here. Yeah. You don't think any of the leaders would fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. It's like we introduce time travel, teleportation, stuff like that. Is well, whatever limits you thought this magic system or power system had, they're out the window. And we can do anything now.
Well, that's where I'm at. The element is that this just feels like a lot of martial arts mixed with smidges of magic, smidges of fantasy. But the further along we go into the story, the more it is. It's Naruto, basically. I hate to equate this to another anime or whatever, but there's very little of the ninja shit. What do you call it? Ninjutsu, I guess. Very little of the ninjutsu in Naruto as you start, and then by the end, you're doing hand seals and the moon's crashing down on the earth or some shit. It's all magic all the time. Well, that's what's happening now. It's oh, that's weird. Flying swords. That's weird. Zombies all over the goddamn place and giant circles in the sky and, As I said, I don't want to be that guy, but the opening had so much promise. It was so great. And then we're just, what's happening?
I mean, entire wars, you just teleport to wherever you want to go, attack, and be done with it. Oh, they have fortifications. Boom.
Well, I mean, the only thing is obviously it's no stealth property here.
No, everybody's going to see it.
Yeah. But then again, teleport a bomb? I know there's got to be some sort of explosives.
Or maybe people can counter it if they know what, they're expecting it. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a shield and then counter it.
I don't know. Lan Zhan and Wei Wuxian are our most powerful of anything. They didn't do anything. They just stood there and watched it.
I wish I knew, but I don't. So there you go.
I think the problem that I'm really having is that the opening bit that I enjoyed so much was very base, right? There was nothing really about it. It's just two blind people and an assassin and them getting duped, and then this is the source of your betrayal. The cutting out tongues thing. That doesn't require magic or anything. That is just, it's all very base, and I could see it happening in anywhere, right? This could be a story that happens anywhere. It's very involved, mind you, but
Yeah.
It could be its own story. And it didn't involve any of that. And then you started coming back around with, oh, that's right, they're remote viewing this shit. And oh, that's right, there's a teleportation circle here. I would say the least of my complaints goes from he gets stabbed through the chest and then beat a swords master with no problem. Then, okay, to, so why did he then get like a needle through the chest and suddenly that took him down to the point where he can do anything? To remote viewing? No, I'm going to say teleportation circle would be my next up the tier to the point where you get to remote viewing. Because that remote viewing shit ruins the show, I feel like.
Yeah,
our entire point right now is how does Wei Wuxian come back, right? That people are trying to prevent that from happening. The narrator thing I'm talking about. There's characters out there that now know that Wei Wuxian is around. His adoptive brother, for example. Do you not think that the guy who hates him to such a degree, I mean, at one point he hated him, I don't know if that's true right now, there's a whole other sub-story going on with the relationship. Do you not think that if remote viewing was a thing, that the guy who's so obsessed about it might not remote view back to, how did he come back? Or, where did they go? Oh, I don't know, I'll just remote view back here 10 minutes ago where I lost them. Oh, we went that way. All right, we're going to go invest that way. In fact, no, I'm just going to keep remote viewing. I'm going to see where they are right now. I'm just going to follow them up to the present.
And then teleport there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have that much of a problem with teleportation because it's so fucking obvious. Oh shit, someone's teleporting here. Well, I lost them in a city. I think I can lose them in a forest. But the remote viewing, you can't hide from anybody if they ever knew where you were once.
I really don't have anything to add to it because it's a thing now.
I mean, probably it isn't. Probably this is the only time. This is the final season. There's a reason they didn't introduce this early on. It's basically like Goku instant transmission. We don't have to worry about getting anywhere. Oh, remember that long time we had to get to Namek? Wow, fuck that. I'm at Namek.
Yeah.
God, I hope we get there in time to save that kid. Don't worry about it. Teleportation.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess no one wants to listen to me shit on the show for no good reason. So, for now, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you again next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?